For those of you that are wondering why the video I put up has gone, it turns out there's all sorts of problems with core audio, a key part in iOS's 9 upgrade. And it's frigged up everything that does video. I've tried Capture, Filmic Pro, a couple of others. I've resorted to just using Apple's own built-in video recorder. This morning, you missed out on Thor's hammer. This is the Rockwell 5.6 head, original cap, because it's got such a big blade gap, it doesn't make much difference on this one. And you missed out on the awesome bit where I attempted plastic surgery without a license. Sorry you missed that. Needless to say, the jump made me jump. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I am perplexed. I am non-retrievable. I don't know how many goes I'm having at trying to record stuff, and you never know until you've finished and you've uploaded it as to whether it's going to work. Particularly the audio sync problems. It's just systemic. I don't have much in the way of other gear, particularly stuff that will mount here on my mirror. Pretty much my iPhone front-facing camera is pretty much it. That's how I've designed it. It's perfectly good quality for what I'm happy just chucking out my thoughts for the day. Do I have anything useful to say? Well, I probably said it in one of the 3 other videos that have been deleted. A genius, when you don't have much hair to hold the thoughts in, tend to drift away from you. What I do know is I love these Delta Echo razors, right? Their price is, compared to Razor Emporium, probably about 50% cheaper. Maybe a bit less on some, but yeah, things that were, you're not getting plating, you're getting, well, I keep trying to remember the name of the coating, Cerakote, ceramic coating. It's what they use on AR-15s, now I remember. Why do I use the 26C handle? Because it feels great knurling on the handle, feels brilliant, and you need a good grip, and I just don't like it with the silver one, particularly when I'm using the top cap and head. Extremely close. I mean, it and that was from the ever so slight movement as I pulled down to slightly sideways as I was yakking. The jump on screen was substantial. The blood flow was significant. I can love Delta Echo stuff. Some other things I'll be playing with is, this is a cheap eBay Mark III handle. Yeah, you can see it's had a few uses. Woo, well, let's go that way. And I got the matching brush. Now, the matching brush has had a few uses, and it's actually quite nice, but it still loses. Hair. There we go. Yeah, still losing hair. And besides that, at least most of the dye has found its way out. But it's a nice little travel brush. I'm quite impressed with that. Still looking forward to getting some blades. Just let me clean that. Some blades for my gem over here, and my Persona injector, which uses the Schick style injector blade. These are brilliant. Damn neat, that one's new old stock off eBay. To be honest, if you can wait, you're probably just as well off to go get the single edge Kickstarter from the new website they've launched, and go get because this is just plastic and one sheet of stainless steel over the top, which gives you your handle area to put your blade in. This, however, I couldn't tell. This came off Etsy, so it was in excellent condition, could not tell, and it is. And I love it. I just got to get myself some single blades. That requires getting some money, and I'm not sure if that video made it either. I got scammed. Story of my life. Boy meets girl, Girl scans boys' luggage. Girl gets boys' money. Girl doesn't need boy. Girl buggers off. True love. Well, true love of money anyway. This morning, I actually on camera loaded up from the semi-hard puck and pushed it into here with just my fingers, and it's dried out enough, and it's Tuscany. Very light, bit vanilla-y, bit of an unusual vanilla. I really can't tell what Tuscany is, but loved it. As always, brilliant shave. Didn't use anything else for a seriously aggressive. I mean, look at the amount of weight you've got in the head there, because it had to be thicker to accommodate the two different depths, because it's flippable either way. Whatever's written on the bottom here is what you get on the top. And I actually used the original cap, and the reason's simple. On the ones that have not much in the way of blade gap, I really need to get left-right arrows for this. Okay, if you notice on the top bit, there's a little area where it, and you do hear it when it's on your face, just a little bit of vibration. But it's not so bad on the big gap, but certainly on the 1 to 3, extremely noticeable. On the 4, not so noticeable, but still there. 5, 6, you got such a big blade gap here between the blade and the base. To be honest, it makes almost no difference having a slightly uneven blade gap on the top. When you've got such a big gap on the bottom, the top bit don't matter that much. This, when I call it Thor's hammer, I mean Thor's hammer. It weighs. You know, you could shake this in anger. Anyway, I'm Steve, your daily shaver. This is why my shaves clean cut this morning. It was my experimental shave, just trying different things, showing you how you put things together. My shelves are about as full as they're ever going to get. I can't fit anymore, and I don't have much more space in front of me. So I'll be mixing it up as blades come in, allow me to use the new razors. Rockwell are providing the option of a replacement blade. So if you think it's worth risking a Rockwell set, and by the way, it is worth risking when you know you're going to get a replacement one. And you can use other caps. My favourite cap is sitting up here in a box. I just use the Icon, this cap, any of the Icon flat, because it's got such a long bar. Right, those Icon aluminium caps are in fact perfect. If I just pop this off, it's got a blade in it, so I just put that out of the way, pop that in, that in. Now that is absolutely perfect. The Icon caps have perfect blade alignment. Absolutely perfect. Any variation is so small as to be negligible, and it's based on any variation be the base, not the cap. The caps are just pristine and perfect. The one thing you do get is a little bit of overhang, which covers up the blade edges. So let me show you that. So spend $80, $90, get yourself a razor. It's still serviceable particularly if you've got an Icon, or the R41 also had just long enough a stem. Now that's pretty nice. Now that's Thor's hammer, but I tell you, just changing the cap on this changes the weight. When you go back to the original cap on this razor, it is significant. That's why I call it Thor. It's a Frankenstein. When you mix up cap and base, that's a Frankenstein razor. You don't get a Frankenstein razor from changing the handle, but you do when you're jimming up bases and caps. They are definitely brand new creatures once you start mixing them up. Frankenstein, by the way, was the creator, not the name of the monster. The name of the monster? Monster. For those people that think the Frankenstein's monster was called Frankenstein, go read the books. Watch the movie. Just about everybody works it out eventually. Now, with the cap on, I call it Thor's hammer. That is so, just hand it to one of the Avengers. The shave is close. However, It is so aggressive. Any error, talking while shaving is probably an error. Not having some oil on my face before I used even excellent shaving cream, probably an additional error. But most certainly that cut was avoidable with extreme care. But this on a 5/6 setting is very aggressive. But wow, the shave that it gives is amazing. If you survive it, you're perfectly happy. Such is life. I'm Steve, your daily shaver. Remember, good food, good friends, good shaves, amen. And remember, while it's nice to be important, when you're carrying around Thor's hammer, just remember who's the boss. No, seriously. While it's nice to be important, it's far more important to be nice. Have the hammer in hand. People don't mess when you're carrying the hammer. I'll tell you what, if you gave this to someone and said, this is your introduction to shaving, they'd probably go, I think I'll use a butter knife.